Hi. Hi. Where do you wanna go? Where do you wanna be? You pick where you wanna be, and then I'll be somewhere else. I know there's a lot of garbage on that chair. I'm really sorry. But you're agile enough. Come here, Kitty. Girl Kevin. Girl Kevin. Girl Kevin. Girl Kevin. Girl Kevin. Girl Kevin. You're agile enough to just jump right up here. Just jump right up here. Oh my gosh, you're such a diva. Okay, I'll move the stuff. Okay, here. Oh my gosh, house cats are so needy. Dude, your brothers and sisters are out there on like the African savannah, like catching antelope. And you can't even jump up onto this table without me clearing a ledge for you on the chair so that you can go broom, broom. You can jump all the way up here. You're just a tiny micro tiger. You're so needy. What's up, guys? It's episode 92. Yes. Okay, so the pile of garbage that is annoying Girl Kevin, that's all the Halloween decorations that I had up in this area that your girl, me, has not cleaned up. That was very graceful, Girl Kevin. I haven't cleaned it up yet. It's been crazy, dude. I'm spinning so many plates. Dude, call me an underpaid cirque performer the way I'm spinning all these plates, dog. Dude, but I'm also having the time of my life. Dude, call me Green Day the way I'm having the time of my life. I'm having the time of my life, and I'm spinning these plates, and I'm a cirque performer, and I'm Billie Joe Armstrong from Green Day, and I'm having the best time. I hope I'm having the time of my life, and I am. Speaking of Green Day, I just performed with a band called The Out There, and they're a pop punk band here in Vegas, with the main guitarist being my friend Paul. And here's some pictures of me. And the outfit is very similar to like the 90s kind of Green Day look with the black and the tie. So yeah, I mean, that's what your girl does. I bring it all together, right? I talk about call me Green Day because I'm having the time of my life. And then I'm like, oh, I just dressed as Green Day and I was just on stage. And me being on stage so much is while the plates are spinning like an underpaid cirque performer. It's all coming together, guys. We're tying it all up. No, so what? Are you good? Please don't chew on the Halloween decorations. Girl Kevin, please don't chew on those. I need them next year. Guys, yeah, I'm performing like crazy. There's a couple stages in Las Vegas that I've always wanted to play, and I got to play 2 of them just this last week. Actually, 3 of them that I wanted to play. So I've only been doing live music, I want to say like maybe 3 years at most. I want to say it's like a nice 2.5. Sorry, let me take a drink. TJ Maxx, go. You should go. No, only half TJ Maxx. Only TJ. So I've only been doing live music probably for the last like 3 years. And that's when I discovered that I really enjoyed it when I started singing with the metal band. I'd kind of always had dreams of like being a rock star, right? Like I always dreamed of being on stage and singing and just like commanding an audience, but I never thought I had it in me. I didn't think that was a talent of mine. So it was always just kind of like a pipe dream. And I stayed in front of the camera. I stayed acting and hosting, but it wasn't until I joined the band, the metal band here in town, that I was like, I can do this. And not only can I do this, I think I'm good at it. And I think I can get really good at it. So not only am I good at it, I'm just like, it brings me so much joy. Like every time I'm on stage, just that feeling of like things are going to go right or wrong depending on my next move. I really like the pressure of that. And that's a pressure that used to really scare me. And I talk about this a lot on this podcast about how we should all be doing things that scare us, because that is like experiencing life. We are not on this earth for a very long time. And I will get to that actually in just a second, because I had a near-death experience. I almost died. I was almost dead. For real I was. But I'll get back to that. So right now I was talking about the stages. So I first started in music, and the only places we were playing here in Vegas were like dive bars, like basically like some dude's backyard. Like you roll up to the venue and like, you know, it's like there's like not even a stage, right? There's just like they took some grass and they pulled out the grass, and then there's like just a square of dirt, and they're like, that's the stage. And you're like, cool. Awesome. Great. So, you play these like really gross, small little venues, but there's also something very endearing about them. They're intimate, they're fun, they're silly. Everybody's drunk, everybody's like chugging PBRs and, doing coke in the bathroom. I wasn't doing coke in the bathroom. Some people allegedly do that, but I'm just saying it's just kind of a fun rock and roll, like, grimy experience, which is very fun because I have not done a lot of that in my life. I don't go to dive bars. I don't even like go out clubbing. I don't really go out and do those type of things. So it was like when I first started the metal band, like going to all these dive bars was like a really fun experience. But as I started to take music a little bit more seriously, I've had my sights set on some bigger stages here in Vegas. Like, okay, well, one day I want to work my way up to those stages. And one of them is the stages on Fremont Street, which is, if you've ever been to Vegas or know anything about Vegas, Fremont Street is kind of like the Venice Beach of California, where art meets crime. That should be the official slogan. Yes, it's art meets crime because it's artsy, because you get performers on Fremont Street who, some of them are doing very amazing things and some of them are just mostly naked and they're like, you want to get your picture with me for $20? Which is not so much a talent, but good for them. That would be something that would scare me. But so, the whole do something that scares you every day, it doesn't always apply to everything. Don't be naked on Fremont Street. But yeah, so there's a lot of artsy things on Fremont Street, but then there's also there's crime and there's the creepy people and there's shops selling booty shorts with like the most obscene, lewd phrases on the butt that you could possibly imagine. I could not say any of them. I'm like trying to think of one of the phrases that I saw on the booty shorts being sold on Fremont Street that I could actually say on this podcast. Because even if I bleeped it, I bleeped the entire thing. You'd be like, I don't know, I use that. It's that offensive. But yet they're like, it's family friendly down on Fremont Street. Hey, no, it's not. Although Chloe, my daughter, who's 9, she did get to go see me perform on Fremont Street last week. And that was it was an experience I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. Like her getting to see me be a rock star and be a punk rocker with the dark makeup on my eyes, jumping around on the stage like a crazy person like I do. But yeah, so last week was a big milestone for me where I got to play 3 big stages in Vegas. I got to play Fremont twice. I got to play a place called Caspian's right inside Caesar's Palace. And I got to play a venue called Bottle Blonde right across from the Bellagio fountains. I mean, these are tourist destinations. Like people save up for years to just see Fremont Street. And I got to like basically headline it. So cool. But yeah, that being said, trying to, learn my songs and figure out the schedule and like also pick up the kids from school and keep the house running and doing laundry and doing dishes and like, it's just like so much to do from day to day. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm keeping these plates spinning and I'm doing it pretty good. And I'm really proud of myself. So back to the near-death experience. We were coming home from said Fremont Street night and it was late. We went out to dinner afterward. We were partying. We were having a great time. It was like 1 a.m. and the streets were not busy at all. They were pretty empty in our neighborhood. And we stopped at an intersection at a red light and then ding, the light turns green and we go. And Sean is driving out of the corner of his eye. He sees a white van just barreling at us at full speed with no intent to stop, coming to our way, about to T-bone us. And thankfully, look, I know everybody has their thoughts and feelings about Teslas, and that's fine. But if we hadn't had the Tesla, I think we'd be dead because the Tesla has such insane acceleration. Like the 0 to 60 is like 0.2 seconds. It's crazy. That seems like an exaggeration, but it's really fast. It's like so fast. It's like Sonic the Hedgehog speed fast, and it's blue. Our car is blue, and it's Sonic the Hedgehog speed fast. So anyway, we Sonic it out of there. Like Sean pushes on the gas. We go to check and that van passes us behind us like full speed, terrifying. We go to like, our hearts are beating like, like, oh my God. We get home and we check all the cameras because in the Tesla, you get like cameras all around your car. That thing missed us by like 5 feet. I swear that thing barely missed us. like, I don't know if I'd be dead, but I'd certainly be in the hospital still right now. I'd either be paralyzed. I don't know, man. But it nearly got us, and it was coming to my side first. And I didn't get too dramatic about it. It's not like, oh my God, I have a new lease on life. But let me tell you, I have a new lease on life. I really did have like a new appreciation for life, like after that happened. Because I'm like, dude, Final Destination style, I should be dead right now. And also Final Destination style, that means I'm about to die in a very weird and unusual way at any moment. You know, like this mic's going to fall and then it's going to hit the Kids' Choice Award, and the Kids' Choice Award's going to go spinning out of control toward girl Kevin, who's going to get scared and just fly at me with all fours and her claws out, and it's just going to like somehow gouge into my eye, similar to the way Kevin did it before, and I'm just going to bleed out right here on this podcast set, and that's how I die. And you're all going to see it. And I'm going to be like, air that episode. I mean, like my ghost will say that. I'll be like, air that episode anyway. It's not offensive. I want people to see how I died. It's all for the content. Do it for the numbers and the likes and the views and the comments. We're pathetic. We're a pathetic species. But yeah, dude, it's like that so could have been my time. That absolutely could have been my time. Should have been my time, maybe. But I've been talking about perspective lately. Like me and Sean have been talking about it a lot, and I've been talking about it to my friends about, it's really easy to get caught up in the day-to-day grind of all the things you have to do, that I think it's important to just, no matter where you're at in life, to just stop and have a little perspective, right? Like, do you have a roof over your head? Like, do you have like food to eat? Do you have friends you could call if you were in trouble? Like, do you have a family that loves you? Do you have kids that, you know, are, you know, smart and cute or whatever, even if they're not, you know, most kids aren't, but if you have them, good for you. You know, it's just like, not only do I have these basic things to be thankful for, but I also, like, what a cool thing I get to do in my life. Like, perform in Las Vegas, on the Las Vegas Strip. Like, for tourists who, like I said, have probably been like saving up for months and years just to be at this moment on Las Vegas Strip, seeing me for 2 seconds, like singing a song through the window. You know what I mean? It's just like, how cool that I get to do these things. And like even tonight, like I get to perform on Fremont Street again tonight, and it's raining. So it's really easy to be like, oh man, I got to go all the way down there in the rain, and I got to get there early, and then I got to park, and I got to walk all the way to the stage, and then I got to sing for like 3 hours, and then I got to drive home at like 1:30 in the morning, and then I got to sleep and wake up and take the kids to school. And it's like, whoa, chill. First of all, how cool that you have a car to use to drive there in the first place. How great it is that we're getting rain in this desert that we live in, where we need rain all the time. How cool is it that I get to sing for 3 hours? And how awesome is it that I get to go to sleep in my own bed under this roof and take my beautiful children to their school tomorrow that I can pay for, right? Like, God, it's so easy to get wrapped up in the little stuff and just get mad all the time. But I'm really working on just like perspective, man. Have some flipping perspective. And upon that note, I was reflecting on how Thanksgiving is it's the anniversary of me getting drunk for the first time, and that's also some great perspective. I think I've done. Hey, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'm not going to record an episode on Thanksgiving week because I'm going to be out of here. I'm going to be doing fun stuff. I'm going to be traveling. I ain't here. So this is the Thanksgiving special. There's nothing Thanksgiving-y about it except for the story I'm about to tell, and also these Halloween decorations that are still lingering. Do you have to let it linger? Yeah, so I got drunk for the first time at Thanksgiving dinner. I want to say I was 19 or 20. I don't know. If you're a cop, I was definitely 21. It was at my family's house. I'm sure I've told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again. And then when I die and you go back and you watch all of these episodes, after I die in a very unusual way, like, you know, the camera falls forward and it cracks a tile and the tile goes spinning like into my brain. And then I fall into my Kids' Choice Award, and the shards of the Kids' Choice Award, they go into my heart. And then like all that's left is my eyes looking through the kaleidoscope, and they're like, whoa, she died looking through her Kids' Choice Award. That's really pathetic. Yeah. So when I'm dead and you're going back and you're watching all these temperamental episodes because you miss me so much, and like, I just want to hear her voice again. You can compare times that I've told the same story multiple times, and you can be like, she told it differently. But I like to think that my memory is so good that I can pretty much tell the same story very close to accurately every time. But it's that whole thing where every memory is just a memory of a memory of a memory, right? Dude. Who was it? Norm Macdonald that was talking about that? I forget who was talking about that. But like, you never remember the actual event. You only remember your last memory of the event. We getting philosophical here on Temperamental with Lisa Boyles. It's true. So you're not Okay, so say that me and Kevin high five, and I'm like, dude, you nailed it. Yeah, you high fived on command. I'm the best cat owner ever. When I go back to remember me high-fiving Kevin, I'm not remembering the high five itself. I'm remembering me remembering the high five. And then the next time I'm remembering me remembering the high five. It's just this whole thing, reacting to the reaction, to the reaction, to the reaction, Bo Burnham style. But that's a real thing. That's like a science thing. So yeah, I think that with that logic, every time you remember something, it's going to be just a couple percentages more hazy than obviously the first time you recalled it. So yeah, my stories are going to get worse throughout the years, and hopefully they get better, right? Remember that movie Big Fish where he was the dad in that movie is telling stories to his kids and grandkids about all his grand adventures, and he's just exaggerating the hell out of them to make them actually like 10 times better. But the son is just like, that's not how it happened. That's definitely not how it happened. You've told this story 100 times and it gets more elaborate every time. I want to be that kind of grandparent, straight up. Like, I want to exaggerate all my stories. But I digress. Yeah, I think I was 19 or 20, and I was not a big fan of alcohol at all. My first ever tipsy experience. See, I separate tipsy with drunk because I'm an intellectual, and these are two very different things. The first time I ever got tipsy was when me and my cousin Lauren stole a bottle of peppermint schnapps from her dad, my uncle's liquor shelf, snuck it into my family's, my mom and dad's truck, because they had like the cover on the back of the truck and carpeted so you could just like sleep in there, and also haul wood chips and people's furniture. It's just like it's a multi-use type of canopy truck bed type of thing. So we thought we were so bad because I'm bad. We were so bad that we snuck schnapps and we were like sipping it. Like, we weren't even taking big drinks. We were taking little sips. We thought we were getting drunk. We were definitely not, just getting a little tipsy, like getting a little, you feel like the chills and the shivers of alcohol hitting your system for the first time. But also like, I think the feeling of doing something wrong was also very exciting and exhilarating for me, who I was a very good kid. I rarely ever did anything bad. I talk about it all the time that my only ticket I've ever received was a jaywalking ticket. Right? Like, I'm reformed. I am reformed. I'm a reformed jaywalker. I don't do it anymore because I was so traumatized by my jaywalking ticket. Because I just don't get in trouble with the law ever. And I'm sure as a, upper middle class white woman, you feel really bad for me. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, you don't have altercations with the law, boo-hoo, wah. No, it's more that I just don't ever break the law and I don't do bad things. And so me with Lauren sneaking the bottle of schnapps into the car at probably 8:30 at night, like not even that late. And taking so we thought we were the worst, like the baddest punks this side of Portland, Oregon, man. We were living in the mean streets of Portland, Oregon. We thought we were bad. So that was the first time that I really like had some alcohol. And I think after that, a couple times here and there, so I keep trying to clear my throat. Allergies and whatnot. But and then after that, a couple sips like here and there. I definitely had parents who they didn't drink too much, but they drink, at parties and stuff. And they'd always be like, "You want to taste it?" And I'd be like, "No, that's yucky." And they're like, "Fine, more for us." So it wasn't until a particular Thanksgiving that I was feeling loose. I was feeling happy. I was feeling good. My whole family was there, and I always feel super comfy when they're around. And there was some white wine that I'm like, I'm gonna have some of this, and I just kept drinking it throughout the night. And that's when I discovered I'm the happiest drunk ever. Like when I drink, I'm incredibly happy, and I want to just travel the world with you, and I want to sing, and I want to dance, and I'm just very positive and happy. And that is still true to this day. But the best moment, and again, I've told this story, but I'm going to tell it again. The best moment was when I got by the time the actual dinner hit, I was hammered. Which, first of all, this is an excellent technique for any Thanksgiving dinner, because if you're hammered, no one's going to ask you for help. I'm pretty sure they asked me for help on one thing, and I messed it up so bad. They're like, you need to drink water and leave the kitchen immediately, please. So I didn't have to help at all. And I stumbled to dinner. The fine china was laid out, and there was crystal glass, and there was just every Thanksgiving you could imagine from the Norman Reed. What's the not Norman Reedus? That's the guy from Norman Rockwell. Like a Rockwell painting, right? I think that's the right reference. I don't know. But it's just your traditional American Thanksgiving dinner where everyone's dressed up, and there's a shiny brown turkey that's just glistening in the candlelight, and we're saying a prayer, and we're just having a holly jolly Thanksgiving together in America. God bless America, So I'm wasted, and I'm like, this is fun, right? I'm sitting at a giant table. There's food everywhere. Damn, look at all this food. Where do I even start? Maybe I'll start with another glass of wine. Then I'll have another glass of wine, and then I'll start at that turkey. I'm going to dig in that turkey. But at some point, the only thing I remember is that I tasted a dish that was made by my Aunt Vicky, who she was known for this dish, and she spent a lot of time on it. And I just very loudly took a big bite and said, "That's good crap." That's some good crap. And after a moment of horrified silence, everybody started laughing. And then it was pretty clear that Lisa needed to take a walk shortly after dinner, which I did. It was cold outside, which is great. It was chilly, so I had to put on a big jacket, and then I took a walk with my cousins or whatever, just to sober up. And definitely a lightweight. I probably didn't even have that much. I was having the best time. I didn't throw up or anything afterward, but I recovered pretty quickly after. But that's my favorite Thanksgiving ever. I like to think that I entertained everyone at that dinner. And I really miss those Thanksgiving dinners. And I know if you're listening from another country, you probably don't celebrate Thanksgiving, or but I'm sure you have similar big family dinners throughout the year, whether that's Christmas or whatever. But I really miss that. I have a really big extended family, and that was just a thing we did every year. It's just we all traveled and got together, and everybody did all the dishes, all the traditional dishes with the stuffing and the cranberry sauce and the whatever. And it was great. But just as the years have gone by and people have moved away and people have had kids and just new traditions pop up. And, I just don't feel like we're such a tradition-based country anymore, right? I don't even know anyone right now who's cooking a traditional Thanksgiving dinner. Everybody's I'm ordering it from Sprouts. I'm ordering it from Trader Joe's. I'm ordering it from Whole Foods. I'm just we're getting McDonald's. We're getting pizza. We're going through a Chick-fil-A. Although I'm sure Chick-fil-A is closed on Thanksgiving. But you know what I mean? I don't even know anybody who's doing that anymore. So I don't feel so bad that my family doesn't really do it. It's really hard for me to get in the Thanksgiving-y spirit and also the Christmas spirit these days because I live in the desert. I'm used to growing up in the Pacific Northwest where a white Christmas was pretty common, and sledding and, just playing in the snow and, getting as tired and sweaty as you can possibly get, just tromping through the snow in your snowsuit with your cousins and just laughing until you barf. It's just that's what we did every Christmas. And I just don't do that anymore, right? It's not possible. Flights are just crazy expensive around the holidays. So it's hard to get my whole family up north. And then just all the semantics and everything that just goes with it is just very tough. And yeah, so for me, it's just really hard to get in the Christmas spirit when it's just not cold outside. It's rainy today, but it's still not even that cold. And like, it's honestly been in like the 70s, 80s the last couple of weeks. It's November. It's November. And it's like 70s, 80s. I wear short sleeves on Halloween, like trick-or-treating, like short sleeves. It was not cold at all. So it's just, I don't know. I think that I associate the good feelings of Christmas with cold weather, and I just don't really get that anymore. So I just got to watch movies. Like I was looking through Christmas movies, and I saw the Chronicles of Narnia on there. Chronicles of Narnia, I guess, is considered a Christmas movie because Santa shows up for 27 seconds and doesn't do shit. And now it's a Christmas movie? First of all, Hawaii. He doesn't even do anything. He just like shows up. Dude, he's like wannabe Galadriel, right? He like shows up and he's like, here's some gifts that will come in handy during pivotal moments of the future plot. And then he's like, winter is ending soon. And then he leaves. And part of winter ending soon is that the big frozen river that the kids have to cross is starting to melt. Yo, Santa could have given us a ride across that. Would have been a lot better than these cheap gifts you just gave us. So I don't really know why it's considered a Christmas movie. I'm not really on board with that. But I did watch it the other day. And great performance by Tilda Swinton and Liam Neeson as Aslan. That was one of those where like, look, I'm a massive Lord of the Rings fan. And I really, really want to show my kids Lord of the Rings. But they're just not there yet, right? They're still pansies. And I got to be careful because I showed them Harry Potter. And there's some scary parts in Harry Potter. But they got through them okay. So I'm like, okay, that's step one. And we gotta make our way to Lord of the Rings. We need some gateway drugs, right? Before we get to Lord of the Rings. So I gotta just kind of slowly spoon feed them some fantasy movies until they're ready. So I'm like, Chronicles of Narnia, that's the next one. So I put that on. And the whole time, and it's like, it's not really funny, right? You think kids' fantasy movies are supposed to be funny. It's not funny. It's like pretty serious. And my kids are starting to get a little freaked out at times. And they're like, is that person going to die? And I'm like, guys, no one dies in this movie. It's a kids' movie. No one dies in Narnia. And then it kept going and like somebody would die. And I'd be like, they didn't really die. Like they'll be back. They didn't really die. And then it gets to the point where they're going to sacrifice Aslan with a knife in front of everyone. And I went, okay. So just, hey kids, just heads up. Remember when mom said that no one died and that this movie's not scary? Someone's about to die in like a really f***ed up way. And it's really scary. So like, just like, it's fine. If you want to just cuddle with me, that's fine, but I'm not turning it off. You guys got to stick it through to the end. And they're just like, ah! I'm like, it's going to be fine. And it was fine. Have they talked about the scary scene every single day since they saw it? Yes, they have. Is it nonstop that they've talked about the super scary scene and how the witch stabbed the lion in the heart with the knife? Yes, they have every single time. Did I traumatize them for the rest of their lives? Yes, probably. Is it worth it? Yes. Because we're that much closer to watching Lord of the Rings. And then also a whole bunch more people died at the end of the movie. I completely forgot about all of this. There's a war. There's a straight up war at the end of Chronicles of Narnia. And I totally forgot about that. And I still tried to be like, they're all going to come back. They're not dead. At one point, the witch in the Lion, the Lich, and the Wardrobe turns like a flying creature into stone midair, and then the stone shatters against a mountain. And I'm like, he's coming back. He's not dead. That looked a lot like him being dead, but he's not dead at all. No. They're not going to show it that he comes back and that all those little stone fragments that he was just shattered into, they magically come together and he's like alive again at the end. They're not going to show that because editing floor and runtime. Look, they don't have time to show it. There's a thing called editing, right? But it happens. For sure it happens. lying to your kids is like a really big part of parenting. So yeah, a lot of people died at the end of Chronicles of Narnia, but overall they really enjoyed it. And I feel again, like we are one step closer to enjoying Lord of the Rings as a family. And that's really all I want. I think that I've really gone over time here, but I really appreciate you guys listening to this podcast. As is every year, the episode releases are going to be spotty around the holidays, just because I'm really trying to enjoy the weeks with my family and go out and do really fun things. And filling my schedule doesn't always allow for the couple hours of filming and editing that it takes to make this podcast. So similar to last year, I might do like 1 or 2 more episodes before the end of the year, and then we'll get cranking back up in January. But as always, I really appreciate you guys, and thank you for all you do and your comments and helping a couple of my videos go viral lately. That's been really fun. But all right, I'm Lisa signing off. Love you guys. I don't know why I did that sound. Usually I blow a kiss, which is a lot less aggressive. So let's just pretend I do that. Okay, it's me. It's Lisa signing off. Wow, I did a salute and a kiss blow. I don't like any. You know what? I'm done here.